New mass demonstrations have erupted in the French capital today. Medics are protesting changes in work conditions and they are blocking roads and have also turned on ambulance sirens and lights to get their message across. Well, we can talk about this a bit further to the Associate Professor in French and Francophone Studies at Nottingham University, Paul Smith. Paul, you're very welcome. Thanks for coming on. We're seeing more protests, aren't we, today? They're becoming increasingly vocal across France. Do you think their voices will be heard by the government?
Certainly, I think the government needs to do something. There have been a series of meetings today, as you probably all already know, between the Prime Minister, Edouard Philippe, and political leaders of the various different parties. And certainly the idea there is to try to bring the parties in and to talk about a potential way out of the dispute between the government and the Gilets jaunes movement. So we're looking at maybe Wednesday or Thursday for some sort of a concrete announcement. And the Gilets jaunes themselves are being invited in either today or tomorrow to talk to the Prime Minister.
Yeah, I mean, what sort of compromise could they reach? Because the complaints that people have are far-ranging, aren't they? They're all about quality of life and the increased cost of living. I mean, what can you do with a magic wand to solve that problem?
Well, I think the government has a number of buttons that it can push. It could actually delay the implementation of the fuel tax that was kind of the spark that set the whole thing off. It could also talk about raising the minimum wage. There might also be the possibility, certainly on the left, people have talked about reintroducing the wealth tax that was abolished last year. The sorts of gestures that might help the broader movement, the broader sense out in rural France that their hardships are being ignored by the government. Those things the government might do something about, and I think that there's a great deal of pressure, not just from the Gilets jaunes movement, but amongst political figures such as the President of the Senate, Gérard Larcher, talking to Macron to urge him to at least freeze the carbon tax.
OK, Paul, good to talk to you. We have to leave it there, just run out of time. But that was Professor Paul Smith of Nottingham University in the UK. Thank you.